I'm Karen Wilson. I'm the owner and engineer at Acculift Foundation Repair. We are a residential and commercial foundation and waterproofing business here in St. Louis area.
You guys ready? Okay, up, up.
So it's highly unique to have, for a company our size, to have a structural engineer on staff. Even large companies don't send engineers out to the field most of the time, especially for residential projects. The companies that do have an engineer on staff, they're usually much bigger companies that the engineers may never have been on a job site for that company before. I have been able to go into over 10,000 homes in my 7 years here at Acculift and personally be able to assess symptoms and correlate them to underlying problems and then come up with a repair that is most suited to deal with the problems that our customers are facing. There's no training for an engineer to know about foundation repair. This is all experience-based. So if you haven't been in thousands of homes, if you haven't seen these problems in person, it's going to be really difficult to determine what the problem is and if it's the right fix, what we're proposing. So we really do set ourselves apart here at Acculift by having a level of expertise that is far above what even the big companies can offer.
So you're just trying to figure out if it goes out instead of this way, right?
Based on the marks in the yard.
Coming pretty close. Okay, gotcha.
We've been in business for almost 50 years. We hope to be in business for another 50 years. And one of the key components of that is doing quality work. And a key component of doing quality work is having the proper design, diagnosing things correctly. You certainly don't have to have an engineering degree to diagnose these problems, but an engineer does need to be involved at some point in most projects, at least for the permitting process. When you put it all into one basket like we have, we are able to really key in the right fix for the right problem.
What were the symptoms here?
Is posts. We're getting space between.
Oh, so loose posts.
Loose.
Yeah. So as that slab was falling, there were loose posts there.
It can be really hard for our customers to differentiate between, their proposals. A lot of people will get 3, maybe even more proposals, and on paper they might look very similar. There are details that they can't possibly understand without being in this industry, so there's a lot of trust in the people that you do business with. And the thing that I found that resonated with people is, I would see these overwhelmed looks on people's faces. And I would say, if I were you, this is what I would do. We don't need to convince somebody that they need a drain tile because they have a leaking crack. We can just fix the crack because that's all they might need. And the difference between those two might be 1 or 2 zeros. If you think long term, what benefits our customer benefits Acculift. And what benefits Acculift benefits our customer. The symptoms that people call in about most of the time are cracks and leaks. Right? Nobody likes water in their basement, and a crack that might be changing, or there's a lot of them, or it's really wide, or a weird direction. You can Google that stuff and it'll be pretty scary, right? I don't recommend Googling foundation repair if you can help it. I recommend calling experts, preferably a locally owned expert that can come to your house and really take in all of the symptoms and all of our knowledge of being able to see houses with problems over decades, and which ones need to be addressed and which ones don't. Most houses that we go into don't have a stability problem. They have a functionality problem or an aesthetic problem or a fear of it's going to get worse and get to a point that my asset isn't worth anything. So you have to take care of your home, and the important thing is to know when you need to do that work. If you have a drywall crack and that's the only thing that's going on, it's probably not worth tens of thousands of dollars to fix that. But if you start to see that it's active, you don't want to wait until it's all the way down that spectrum before you act on it. And being able to work with somebody who has the experience of watching homes over the years really does bring a value to our company.